I first recommended holding Tesla for an eventual recovery about 1 month ago when I did that live stream, but in more recent videos, I talked about buying it at 160, 150, and 140 per share, but that was actually to trade it. I took profits when it bounced back to 160. Then, when it dropped to 140 again, a commenter asked me if I still think it's worth holding, to which I said yes, just be prepared to hold long term if necessary. Elsewhere, I noted that the call options are kind of expensive, but that even shares could return $50 to $100 per share profit easily. Well, it's a lot sooner than I expected, but thanks to the jumpstart it got from earnings report news, Tesla has already rebounded about $50, from around 140s to about 200 per share. I do still think it'll move higher in the future, but be prepared for a possible correction in the short term. It's tough to say. Ever since Apple had that strong pullback from about 200 to 160 per share, we've successfully traded it together a dozen times, but I've also consistently recommended and mentioned holding some for recovery as well. I've always said and felt that it would eventually get back to 200 per share and maybe even 300 per share one day. Right now, it is breaking a little higher, probably because of hype from earnings, which also has the contract value inflated from IV as well. Chewy, I once again have to recommend, because this could be the fourth time that it bounces from around $14 to $15 per share to $16 to $18 per share. I've taken pretty nice profits with the $17 call for June 21st in this situation, but I also believe in holding it much further out, especially shares, for one day when it's 40 to 60 per share. Verizon recently dipped after earnings to 39 per share. I mentioned buying it. Now my calls are up about 60%, but I plan to keep holding for now. I also talked about buying Unity at 23 and 22 per share. It's back to 24. I may take some profits and hold some. After we just took profits on crypto mines like Mara and Riot, they are now dipping again with Bitcoin pulling back. And that means we can now start buying into the crypto mines cheaper again for the next time that they rally when Bitcoin starts moving higher again. Side note, my videos show my holds and swing trades in nearly real time, but for actual real time, especially with day trades or simply for more detailed information, I recommend joining my Discord. Also, keep in mind that when I say I recommend something, I just mean I recommend it to myself. It's a figure of speech, so make sure you do your own research.